Hello everyone, I am Sumit Kumarkar. I have secured an All India rank of 25 in the Indian Forest Service examination of 2019. I would be now sharing my tips for home preparation or preparation from home. I didn't take any coaching during my Indian Forest Service examination preparation. So I would be sharing what major tips one can follow to go to clear the examination. It is not that only those who take coaching will be able to clear this examination. One without coaching also can easily clear the examination, but something has to be kept in mind. First thing is you have to be very cautious because there is no one external to guide you. You are your own guide. In that way, you have to keep track of your preparation and also what are your weaknesses or what are your strengths are and what the examination is actually wanting from you. So in that regard, first step which is very essential is planning. So for Indian Forest Service there are three stages. So one is prelims, mains and the third is interview, and each of the stages require a very different type of planning. So for prelims the focus should be more on clearing the cutoff which requires which is generally higher than the civil service examination. So one need to have a very broad knowledge. So in that regard, planning of which material to take, which sources to follow is very essential. Then the second preparation, one had to focus on your writing skills and also on memorizing and other things. And the third interview part is mostly about going through your detailed application form TAF and also practicing in front of mirror and other things. The second phase of preparation, if you are doing it on your own, would be choosing the correct material, because you don't have any direct material which is coming from, because coaching material, coaching institute, they do provide you material, but if you are preparing it alone, you have to build up your own material or collect it. So in my regard, I try to go through some of the materials and try to gauge which materials are effective to get me through each stages of the examination. And it is better to limit the material which you are following, because it can be quite messy with a lot of material lying around on your desk. So I try to restrict my material to one or two sources. Probably two would be a good option. And the third phase would be also test series, because you need something to gauge your preparation level. If you are not up to the mark, test series will tell you that these are the areas where you are weak, or these are the area which need some more practice. In prelims, that can help you to figure out which areas they need a little more understanding. And while mains also, it can help you to know about your writing speed and the problematic areas which you are facing. So test series is very essential. There is also need to go through a lot of topper interviews, topper blogs and general article of the subject to get a understanding of what is actually needed to clear the examination. I followed roughly 40-50 interviews and tried to crystallize the major points which the toppers were saying, and I found some common elements. I tried to implement those elements into my preparation, and it was quite effective. Another thing is to have a peer group. Peer group can be someone who is preparing this year or maybe next year, and this group can be small and can be big, and if the group is well formed and everyone is competitive, it can be a very good catalyst for your preparation, because other people can point out what areas you may be lacking in your preparation, and also give you some good pointers or tips to improve certain areas. So peer group or a small group can be very essential. In my case, I had one of my friend from my college who was preparing, who cleared revenue services. So I was able to coordinate with him, and we used to discuss all the topics, and during interview preparation or prelims preparation or mains preparation, we are in touch with each other, and that helped me a lot during my preparation. Another more critical aspect is keeping your mind cool and having a faith in you, because that is very essential. This is a very long journey over 1 year preparation. So keeping a faith in you and having a lot of confidence can give you a big boost in your preparation. Regarding my learning from previous attempts, every examination is an opportunity from which you can learn a lot. My first preparation was I started my preparation in 2007 and I gave prelims that year. I qualified prelims, I qualified mains and went to interview, but I couldn't be in the final list because one of my subject, the general knowledge paper, which was I didn't prepare that well, and that costed me the place in the final list. So my major learning from first preparation is that every paper is essential. Even a single paper which you feel may not be having that much value in the finalist may actually pull you down. So that was the major learning from my first preparation. During my second preparation, it so happened that I didn't have enough time to prepare for prelims, so I just missed out prelims. So that taught me that even though you may be qualified, you may have qualified the previous attempt, don't take it for granted that you will do qualify for the next attempt. Every attempt, take it very seriously. So I incorporated all this into my third attempt and was able to clear all the three barriers and find a place in the final list. Regarding prelims preparation, I would say prelims is very essential part in the entire journey of Indian Forest Service, and generally the cutoff marks of prelims of IFS is higher than that of civil service examination by some 10 or 15 marks. So that makes it very challenging. I would say a thorough preparation of prelims is very essential to clear the examination, because if you don't qualify prelims, there's no way you're going to sit for mains. So I kept that in mind and didn't left out a single paper. For example, art and culture, which are often ignored by a lot of people, or medieval India, which is a very not a favorite topic among a lot of aspirants. So those topics also need very much attention as any of the prominent topics like polity or economics, if you are to clear the cutoff for Indian Forest Services. I would say 2 or 3 tips which can be helpful for prelims preparation. One thing which did help me a lot was the 3 iteration approach during my prelim preparation. The 3 iteration approach is that you cover the entire prelims preparation in your examination in 3 phases. The first phase is you go through the paper and try to answer all those questions which you are sure of or you are confident of that this is the correct answer, and you have to cover all the questions. During the second iteration, you try to approach those questions which you have not so much confidence as the first phase, but you are little confused between 2 or 3 options. So you try to attempt those questions, and in the third iterations, the rest of the paper question which you have not covered in the first 2 phases, you try to cover in the third phases. I tried to use this approach because this helped me a lot to score quite high marks during my prelims examination. What happens during phase 1, I try to cover 40 or 50 questions. In phase 2, I generally cover 20-25 questions, and phase 3, depending on the number of questions, I try to attempt 5 or 10 questions. So this is one attempt which people can choose to follow during their attempt in prelims preparation. The second thing which I will talk about prelims is intelligent guesswork. There will be some 15 or 20 questions which require a very intelligent guesswork. If you are able to logically deduce or rather eliminate the options, then you can be arriving at a conclusion based on the elimination. Suppose there are 4 options left, and due to some logic you are able to eliminate 2. The probability of you getting correct increases drastically. So I tried to do that, and based on the last 1 or 2 options left, I used to have some further logical deduction and then attempt that. Third thing is don't be afraid to attempt higher number of questions, because the cutoff is such that you need to attempt more than 80-85 questions. But it shouldn't be rash, or you should not be attempting each and every question even though you don't be knowing anything about it. You shouldn't be that rash, but you should be confident enough to take some I would say intelligent guess and attempting question which may not be in your domain, I would say. So there is essential that the intelligent guesswork is very much needed. Third is using innovative techniques or using new methods of preparation. For example, in my preparation, I use a lot of flashcards and software like Quizlet. So these help me because prelims is a lot about a lot of fact memorization is there, concept is also there. So I used to use these applications and techniques like Pomodoro technique as well. So these are the techniques which I followed for my prelim preparation, and this can also give an edge over a lot of competition. Another very crucial aspect of your prelim preparation is your test series. You need to have around 15 or 20 or more than that, as your case may be, for to be comfortable in attempting questions. So I used to have setting of around 1.5 hour, where I used to attempt all this question from any prominent test series platform, and that helped me to actually master my technique of the first three-phase approach I was telling before, and also to basically improve my guesswork. So these are some of the major tips which one can follow to score high marks in Indian Forest Service Examination prelims or the CSC prelims.